Oh my, yes. Well, like I said, as a child, my mom asked me. She took me to piano lessons, and she asked me. She said, "Risa, what would you want to do when you grow up?" I said, "Mom, I would have a center, and my kids could go, and they can just be safe, and have a fun place to be." That's what I told her. But what my mom didn't know, I was a latchkey kid, and a lot of you may know what that's like going home and being alone. A lot of you also may know what it's like to go home and there are other adults that are there that are supposed to protect you and they violate you. And it's not necessarily safe, but that's the place that you're in. And I just did not want, I don't want other children to have to be in a place where because my mom can't afford to take me here or there, I have nowhere to go, and I'm subject to the decisions that other people make that affect the rest of my life. And so that was the start of the vision. And one thing about a vision, especially the vision or what your purpose, it's a thought, it's a passion that never dies. And so some years later, even after I had my own children, it was something that would never die. My whole mission is to never have a child to be left home alone during out of school times. And it was hard, okay? It was hard. And as an adult, I remember telling a person that I looked up to, I said, I'm gonna have a center when that's what I'm going to do. And they said, good luck on that, as if it wouldn't happen. And that was the fuel that I took instead of letting it deter me from my dreams and make me feel like I was more motivated than ever to make it happen. And so in relocating to Georgia, a wonderful church called Faith Walk, and my pastor, she allowed us to have our first summer camp at her church. And when I tell you we maxed out that place and it was an amazing experience. That was the launching board that we had to start our programs. So she allowed us to use that space. We grew out of that space the first year and we were homeless as an organization. And it was at that moment where I said I was going to take my destiny in my own hands. And again, I looked at what was in my hand and I wagered it on a dream. I wagered it on not wanting to have other children to go through what I've gone through. And I invested in our facility. Coming from California, it is nowhere in the world that I could command this space in that place. So I got into my place of purpose. I made the purchase. The building was, oh my God, vacant for 8 years, and I didn't have a whole lot, but I was willing to use what I had. And I rolled I rolled my sleeves up, and they called me Bob the Builder. And I physically was engaged in the renovation process. I believe in paying for what I couldn't do, and now I just can't do it. Something about time. But anyway, I just really, so it was hard. And even as a nonprofit organization and having a new building and everything that was established with what was in my hand. And people didn't take us serious. You know, most nonprofits fails in the first 3 to 5 years, but we're still here. So in the space that we're in, I no longer have enough room to accommodate the demand. The other thing that has really reignited my passion is the outcomes of the traumatic experiences that our kids just survived, and all of us as a nation. Our kids are in crisis. Even though we had an absolutely amazing summer, I experienced firsthand the impact, the social disconnect, the fear. Some kids' lights have just gone out. And I am more committed than ever to make sure that they have a safe space to be in.